So, do you have a couple examples or specific examples where it was just that copy and paste, and maybe some of the aspects that caused it to fail, as well as vice versa, where they made adjustments?
Well, I think with most frameworks, most organizations take a copy paste approach. And I think that's because the allure of using a framework like Agile or any other framework is that it takes a lot of that cognitive load off of us to think through how we properly structure and manage our teams. And so we just apply it to the team and say, do this thing now. And so I think, that probably describes the majority of cases of how agile is being used, not just in analytics, how it's being used across the board, and across all teams that leverage it. The challenges that I have seen with it, specifically from an analytics perspective, there's a lot, but really two things that stand out. One, I think it works really, really well when you have a clear set, of requirements and tasks. So anything more on the side of the spectrum that is architecture, implementation, data collection, integration, data warehouse, like anything that's kind of in that mindset, I think is a better component for using agile because it kind of mimics to a degree a software engineering project. And so from an implementation standpoint, I think you have a lot better of alignment as long as you're open to being creative, to massaging how you use agile to be more in line with an analytics project than a software engineering project. I think it can work well. If not, it's very, very challenging. However, it's the other side of the house that's really, really hard, and that's more of the insights and analysis. Analysis in and of itself is an art of discovery. It's going out and just questioning things and looking at things and testing and poking and prodding at things. And to put a arbitrary timeline, a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, to do an analysis, you're artificially limiting the depth and value that an analysis can produce. Because analysis and analysis doesn't fit nicely into a sprint bucket. It just doesn't. That type of work is not aligned with that. Now, somewhere in the middle, it may be a bit more fuzzy and gray. Can we align reporting and dashboards? Sure, maybe that's a better use case for agile. But as we move further away from kind of the rule-based things, so set up this report, build and execute this dashboard, deploy this implementation. The further away we move from that to things of uncertainty, which analysis is, it's a practice in uncertainty, the harder it is to try to shove it into this agile methodology. So that's number one. Like, trying to treat analysis as a sprint, I think is a losing game. And I just don't see a lot of upside to it. Reporting, dashboards, implementation, sure, we can fit that into the framework. But something like analysis, kind of more strategic initiatives that just require unbound thinking, I think we're cutting our value short by trying to fit it into an agile process.